Freshman!
Yeah.
That your car in our bushes?
No, there's a friend of mine. He just went to get you a tighter shirt.
There isn't a tighter shirt. We checked.
Welcome to Brickball Cinema, everyone. I'm your host, Chance, and we have our co-host, Sergio, and we got our guest today, Donny. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Everyone.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't sure whether or not you're talking to me or the audience. We do that a lot.
Talking to you.
All right. What's up, Donny?
Hello.
And today we're talking about Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen. All right, so let's go with basic info. Rated PG-13, directed by Michael Bay, released in theaters on June 21st, 2009.
And we're going to do the thing.
We're going to get to that. Released in theaters on June 21st, 2009, with a runtime of 2 hours and 29 minutes and a budget of $200 million, and a gross worldwide of $836 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. It's too much money. So now, for the synopsis, we're going to do something different today. We're going to have each one of us try explaining what happens in this movie in less than a minute. Or it should be 30 seconds. How long do you think?
30 seconds. We're trying to keep this short.
All right, so 30 seconds. Donny, you want to go first?
Okay, so 30 seconds. I only got 30 seconds. This is a 2-hour movie.
2.5 hour.
2.5 hour movie.
You ready?
No. That means I gotta cover like 5 minutes every second. Don't check my math. I'll try. I'll do my best.
All right,
here I go.
3, 2, 1, go.
The main guy's going to college. It doesn't want Bumblebee to go. He goes to college. No, but he touches a piece of the Allspark, and then he goes crazy like his granddad. And then he goes crazy, and then oh no, the Decepticons are Decepticoning. They kill Optimus Prime. The main guy gets teleported to Egypt, and they fight a giant transformer in Egypt, and then they have to beat this guy called the Fallen. So they revive Optimus Prime, and they beat the Fallen in the end. I think I did a good job.
Time's up. Good job.
Did I get it? Did I get the whole movie? It was the whole movie. I did.
think so.
We can stop right here. I basically described everything.
Okay.
You're welcome.
You ready, Sergio? Now it's your turn.
All right, then.
Pick up where you left off. Wherever you missed, you get it. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So after the first part, life continues as normal until Megatron returns with his master, the Fallen. Optimus Prime dies. But then they bring him back to life to fight off the Fallen, because only a Prime can defeat the Fallen, as they go on this adventure to figure out the secrets within the cube that has been implanted in Sam's brain.
You got 4 seconds left.
That's it.
Okay, 0. There you go. Okay, time's up. All right, now it's my turn. 3, 2, 1, go. Sam goes to college, doesn't want Bumblebee to go. Then Bumblebee comes to college, and he told him to get out of there. Next thing you know, he has a spark in his face and in his brain, and makes him have a map to go to the MacGuffin all the way in Egypt. And so everyone tries killing him and takes him there. But the next thing you know, he gets teleported there, and then no one knows why he's over there. And then his mom and dad are over there, and I don't know what the hell happened half the rest of the movie. And next thing you know, Sam and Michaela say they love each other, and then it's the end of the movie, and then she breaks up with him, and then never see her again for the rest of the franchise. The end.
Okay, you just put out a bunch of stuff that wasn't even in the movie.
No, I said exactly what was in the movie and what's going to happen.
You just skipped over the entire third act.
Okay, so I'm just going to flat out say now, since we can get into our initial thoughts, I saw this movie twice in the past 3 days. I don't remember half of the shit that happens in this movie. Like, honestly, I was lost. I knew what was happening, but I didn't know how it was happening, why it was happening, why were they doing this, why I didn't understand what was going on through half this movie.
I was able to keep up with everything.
Wait, you weren't or were?
I was.
I mean, I lost track once they got to Egypt.
Really?
Yeah, because then I started questioning. Wait, so the Decepticon can teleport people now?
Well, yeah, he said it like right after that he made a space bridge.
It was with the symbols that Sam drew in the sand, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The old Transformers, the ancestors as they call them, which Jetfire is the old Transformer. He said it himself that he was able to make a space bridge. That's why he teleported them, because that's where he needed to go for his mission so long ago. Okay,
so then I just want to say, like, what was this movie like? This movie came out during the writer's strike, and people always want to blame that was the reason why the movie sucks. I don't think that's why. I think it just sucked.
Actually, I liked it.
Really?
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I expected to not like this movie all that much, but this movie was oddly entertaining.
I just remember me being a kid watching this. I just watched because of the funny Bumblebee, funny cars doing funny things. That's it. and there's not that many scenes like that after this. Like,
You
the
know, I
first part.
noticed that with like movies in a franchise that aren't the beginning or the end, in order to keep people interested, they put in like these really funny characters or goofy characters, but they end up like come off as like people have been saying that these are racist robots, right?
Yeah, Skids and Mudflap.
Yeah, so I think that that the creators put in these kinds of characters in order to keep kids interested, or at least like to as a break from all the serious stuff to keep audiences like entertained or something like that. But they end up coming off as stereotypical or racist or something like that, and people just get mad about it.
Yeah, let's talk about Skids and Mudflap now, because now you brought it up, and I can't really avoid talking about it. So you liked them in the movie?
I thought they were funny, yeah, and I did enjoy a few of the things that they did on film in the screen, yeah.
They got on my last nerves. Actually, you know what? Half of the characters in the movie got on my nerves. I got so mad. Like the college dorm friend, I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand Sam's parents. I couldn't stand Skids and Mudflap.
Actually, I didn't like the Leo, the roommate, but everyone else that you mentioned, I was actually okay with.
Really?
I guess it just
Yeah.
really depends on where you're, how do I say it? The level of antics you're willing to put up with, because I thought Skid and Mudflap were fine, but I couldn't. That whole scene where they had to run around the college to catch Sam's mom while she was high, I found that scene kind of annoying.
Oh.
I think that's what they were
So-
kind of going for, seeing like how parents can be annoying when you're trying to be independent and to become overbearing like
Oh,
that.
I get what they're trying to do. And they just didn't execute well.
Yeah. Do you think it has to do with Michael Bay's sort of like envision of the movie? Because we notice that in a lot of his movies, while he does have comedic moments or like moments that relate different things, it doesn't really all that mesh well with the tone that he's going for in the visuals.
Honestly, I don't know. And I realized while watching this movie that Michael Bay loves asshole characters. Like
And
every one of his
testicles.
movies, huh?
And testicles. There's a lot of testicle talk in this movie.
I'm under the enemy scrotum.
I did find that one weird, but then I was like, it is kind of funny though.
Stupid. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It's funny.
Wrecking balls as balls. Get it? Do you get it? Oh my
I
god.
did find when the twins first showed up, the Skid and Mudflap, when they first showed up, I did think it was funny as they were in an ice cream truck and they were out like trying to like trash talk the Decepticons. I found that funny.
Ding-a-ling, come out and get your ice cream. Any bad robot out there better get ready for an ass whooping.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Am I in the minority in this podcast where I just didn't
No, I don't-
like the Skids and Mudflap? I only saw
No,
the
I don't-
black stereotypes.
To be honest, I could see that, but the more I like focus on what it is they were doing and how they interacted with other characters, I just saw them as like just stupid characters.
They have a gold.
They weren't really
Yeah.
trying. They weren't really trying to act like stereotypes. They were just being like dumb and goofy.
One of them has a gold tooth. They say they
I
can't
think
read.
the issue is that they're not supposed to be that deep as like characters, but because they talk like that and they have to be like flat, that's how I can see it comes off as insensitive. But
One
I
of the-
like if they were written better, if there's more to their character than just being like the silly comedic duo, then they wouldn't be as bad. But like they serve a very specific purpose, and that's to jingle the keys to keep your attention. So it's like they can't be that deep.
Yeah.
One of them is voiced by Tom Kenny.
Who's Tom
And if
Kenny?
you don't know who that is, that's SpongeBob.
What?
Oh yeah, I remember him. That's a small RC character, a small RC robot.
That's another one. That's Wheelie. He plays two characters in this movie.
Okay, I can hear it in Wheelie. I might have to hear Skid and Mudflap again to hear SpongeBob in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could hear it, and it was pretty cool to see him like just as like a character like this, which was funny.
Let me see. Hold on.
If you're gonna get sidetracked, I suggest making it quick because remember I got work.
I know, Sergio.
What are we gonna do with this shrimp
Let
taco?
me just bump a cap in his ass, throw him in the truck, and then nobody gonna know nothing, not me.
Yeah, not in my trunk.
It sounds like a chain smoking SpongeBob.
You know what? That actually it reminds me so much of this guy called Glorb, where he starts making the AI SpongeBob voiced raps, and it's pretty good. So I just see that.
Yeah, I can hear that too.
God, I got so mad at them though.
To be honest, when he first said that, I was like, finally someone's told him to shut up because he was just talking so much. Leo was talking so much, and he just said, "Yo, Leo, just shut up."
The fact that you immediately bust out laughing when you heard, "Yeah, Leo."
To be honest, as these movies went on from right here, I see the audience kind of mirroring how audiences felt about the Star Wars continuing, where people liked some of the aspects that were in the new films, but they kind of divided the fan base because some people liked it, some people didn't. Because, well, there was just too much going on, or like not enough actually explaining what's happening on screen.
Man, it's crazy, but it's funny though, because with Star Wars, it was a gradual decline. Like after 3 movies, right at the second movie, people were pissed off. They're like, "What the? This is not Transformers. This is Michael Bay trying to make a Transformers movie. No, having to make a Transformers movie, but making a movie for himself."
And to be honest, I probably would have done the same thing. And a lot of directors actually do that, where they make movies for them and the create people who are creating it. It just so happens that more people like it.
Yeah, and with Skids and Mudflap, they can't read. I can't get over that. They said like, "Hey guys, you know these symbols? I can't read, man."
Well, yeah, I thought it was more to do with the fact that was ancient language from the Primes. That's why they couldn't read it.
We don't do that much reading. I mean, they can read their symbols.
They know the symbols. They recognize them.
Only the ancient Transformers could recognize the signals that Sam was writing.
Yeah.
But I don't think Transformers really read. We don't see them like with books or anything.
No, they can understand each other and all that much, but I guess the written language is something that only the Primes can do. Because I saw it as more as like remember how we saw Transformers 1?
Oh yeah, the new one?
Yeah. Where it showed that the ancient Transformers were the ones that were able to understand certain languages and able to pass down knowledge. So that's what I saw as more of it. Because the Transformers is a much different culture than we are.
Right.
So so when they said they couldn't read, I could see how it was interpreted as kind of like a harmful stereotype. But I just saw it as like these people Skid and Mudflap were actually on the bottom toe of their social class, so they really didn't have that much in way of actually knowledge where they couldn't just read something.
I think you know why the only reason they're in the movie though?
Why?
Is so they can actually have an argument that comes out of nowhere, so they can break through a wall that has something behind it. Because they're at a dead end. Like later in the movie when they're at Egypt, about to walk in, like, I don't get it. So it's supposed to be right here. Next, they start arguing with each other, and then one throws the other one against the wall, and it breaks. And they're like, "There it is! Open that door, Bumblebee." Yeah. That's the only impact they have in the movie.
I like when Bumblebee just threw them out.
Yeah, that's why I was just. I'm like, shut the get out of here.
I especially like the scene where I don't know which one it was, but the red car, I don't know which one he is. I don't know if he's Skid or Mudflap because they kept going interchangeably, so I kept getting confused between them. But I liked it when he got sucked up into the giant Devastator, then he comes out of space just shooting him.
No, yeah. Okay, so when I saw that, I was really happy. I was like, finally, thank God. I'll get the next one, it will be good. And yeah, but then next you know, he comes out. I'm like, you had one chance to kill someone. He was in your mouth. You could have kept him in there. But no, you let him stay alive for the rest of the 30-minute movie. Sergio, I don't like Skids and Mudflap. I don't think I stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough.
I know. You've been saying it this entire time.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Fine. I'll give you something positive. I do like one joke in the movie. And one joke with him in the movie. It was when they were saying, "I don't like your stupid face." And like, stupid face. We're twins, you dumbass. That was kind of funny.
What do we want to go to next?
Favorite scenes?
Favorite scenes. I think my favorite scene is the forest battle.
That's one of mine too.
Really good. Yeah.
Because they went raw on each other. I shouldn't rephrase that.
Oh, yeah.
They beat the crap out of each other.
They were penetrating each other. What? My bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. They used the weapons that they had wielding inside of them to stab the other one in the middle of their bodies. But I'm not gonna phrase that. Okay. Anywho, for me, it was when the robot girl was in Bumblebee. I should rephrase that. It was when the Decepticon college girl was in Bumblebee's in the car Bumblebee.
Yeah. One second.
What? Who did that voice sound effect?
Hey, that's not me.
Is that you, Donny?
Hang on, he has a microphone off. I think it's his nephews.
That can't be. That's so convenient. That's like the chance of them doing that want to make a sex joke is crazy.
My bad, my bad.
Was
My
that
nephew
you?
came in- My nephew came in blasting us some random TikTok video.
Oh, because I'm like, is that you, Donnie, making the boing sound effect?
No, that was my nephew.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. The whole
uh,
scene with that whole scene where it starts off with them saying, "Hey, some idiot parked the car in my bushes," and everything from that to when she leaves the car. My favorite part of the movie.
Also, I have a question.
when
How is it
Bumblebee
that-
lubricates her.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was yellow this time too.
I have a question. How is it that a Decepticon, even a small one, was able to take a human form? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't do that sooner. If they were
Yeah,
able to do that.
I didn't know how they did that. I was just not gonna question it, but now that I question it, so the Decepticons can make human forms of themselves.
I mean, I know they can make animal forms. That's already been established, but why a human form with like realistically looking humans?
And how do they
That
know
makes no-
that guys are gonna be horny? Like, how do they learn this much about human society? Where if she just was a beautiful woman to have sex with, act like he's gonna have sex with Sam.
it means
All they need is
human-
internet access.
Yeah, they already established they have internet access, so they know about like the culture.
Wait,
That's how they learn the language.
okay, I got a question. Would that actually make this a transformer?
No.
Well, if Transformers don't have gender,
Yeah, Transformers
Then
don't really
I
have genders, so
guess-
they
I guess
can't
they
really-
like it would
They don't
be
read-
trans if they adopted a gender.
They
but
they imply it sort of.
Not really, because
well, I think there's a secret
Transformers-
agent. I don't know if it counts if they're trying to be like sneaky.
Transformers don't reproduce like that, so even if they were changing genders or something like, or identified with one, they can't because they don't reproduce like that.
But RC is clearly a female. They say her,
Uh-huh.
and they say him when they refer to Bumblebee or Optimus Prime.
Well, yeah, but Transformers don't reproduce like that. They reproduce asexually.
I mean, still though. I mean, I thought it was just weird. It's weird. We could all agree that it's weird.
But they never said that the the female Transformer that turned into a female human is a she or a he. It's just always in the female form.
Okay. Okay, sure. I give up. I'm not gonna get through with this. So I'm just gonna say, well, okay, now I'm gonna bring up to something I want to that bugged me throughout this whole movie.
What?
Is
Skid and Witwicky again?
no, I'm done with that. We're done. We brought it back. Why bring it bullshit?
Because that's the only thing that you keep saying that was bugging you.
No, some other things that like the fact that Sam, every time he needs Bumblebee's help, he gets mad at him afterwards. Like at the beginning of the movie when he finds a shard like a piece of the cube on his jacket and it falls down and turns all the kitchen utensils alive at the bottom, he screams and starts freaking out saying, "Bumblebee!" He comes in, destroys him, and then says, "Bumblebee, get back in the garage. What's wrong with you, you idiot, son of a bitch, you dumbass!"
He didn't
Yeah, that's
scream
a
at him. He
weird
just told him
thing.
to get back in the garage because his parents were having a freak out because he destroyed half the house.
But he was saving them. Even Bumblebee was
Yes,
like, "What
but-
did I do? I'm just helping you."
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But then you saw how his mom came out of the house all freaking out like that. So he told him to get back in the garage because she's gonna start freaking out now. That's what they were trying. That's what they were trying to do the entire time. They were trying to calm her down.
Okay,
She was
then
freaking out.
okay, then fine. But then right after that scene when he's talking to Bumblebee in the garage saying, "Hey, I can't be with you. I can't have you anymore. I got to go to college. My mom doesn't want you in the garage." He says, "I'm
No,
safe
he didn't-
now."
He didn't say that she didn't want him in the garage. He said that he was suffocating there because he felt like he should be with the other Autobots.
Okay, but then he said, "I'm safe now."
Well, yeah, because he did his job. He's no longer in danger because Megatron is dead, and they're not coming after him anymore.
Sergio, 3 minutes ago, a blender was about to kill him.
That's because of the shard, and they weren't specifically targeting him.
Yes,
should
they
remember this.
were.
What question?
Yes, they were. Also, one of them has a penis. One of the robots has a penis.
That's a cannon,
A cannon penis.
but they don't have that.
The blender has a cannon penis.
I just established that the Transformers don't have genders, so even if they did have that in that place,
The writers have genders.
All right, then they're making a sex joke. Big whoop. They've been doing that this entire movie.
Okay, so then the other time he freaked out, it was when what's her name? What was the female Decepticon lady in Bumblebee's car? And so then next thing you know, Bumblebee starts playing like cheating songs of Super Freak and beating the crap out of her with the seat. And then she leaves and he's like, "Bumblebee, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?"
Well, yeah, because why would he attack a human that he doesn't know that's a Decepticon?
He didn't want him in the car. He didn't want her in the car, first of all. So she put her way in saying, don't be a baby. Come on, let's go have sex. Like, even though, let's go cheat. And so the fact that she's already in the car, Bumblebee was just helping her get out of the car. And she gets out the car and was like, why would you do that?
Well, yeah, because it's rude to do it that way.
Oh, so what is a nice way of the car telling you to get out?
Stop in the car.
You can't control it though. Donnie, help me out here.
Okay, wait. So Bumblebee didn't know that she was an imposter.
No.
He was just trying to get her out the car
Because he's always cheating.
And I feel like Bumblebee could have just like hit the eject seat, like could have stopped, like Sergio said, and then just opened the door and then kicked her out. He didn't have to do all that. He didn't have to do all that beating up the chair and lubricating on her and everything.
Why do you keep saying lubricating?
That's how they phrased it. What do you want me to say? That's how they phrased it in the first.
But it's different. In the first one, it was like. But in the first one, it was not yellow.
Hey, I don't know what to say.
Okay, Chance.
I don't know
stuff in the movie
biology.
that we're trying to talk about stuff that's already established in the movie that they say in the movie, and then you go ahead and talk about the sex jokes and why these things are inconsistent. But that's what we're doing. It's just how it is.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about our favorite quotes. Then, do you have any favorite quotes?
I don't think this movie was as quotable as the first one. I'll be honest. I'm having a hard time coming up with some funny quotes.
I got a couple.
Pretty memorable.
One is Mojo, no dominating Frankie.
Really?
It's not really a favorite quote, but it's one that stood out to me. These are just ones that stand out.
Oh, okay.
Another one is when Sam was trying to help get Bumblebee out of the car, out of the bushes, and the frat guys are saying,
No, there's a friend of mine. He just went to get you a tighter shirt.
There isn't a tighter shirt. We checked.
I remember that. I think that I don't think that the writer's strike is like affected this movie that badly, but I do think that the writer's strike did cause a lot of problems with it, which is why the movie isn't as well made as it could have been.
I think they said that they wrote this movie in like 3 weeks.
That makes sense.
That's not a long time.
Yeah. I can see it.
I can see that.
My last favorite quote is Starscream saying, it was after all the movie's over and Starscream tells Megatron, you guys have any favorite quotes? What about you, Sergio?
I don't think so, no. There's not one I can think of.
Also, okay, let's go on our notes. There's all this isn't in my notes, but there's one thing. We're watching a movie right now as we're talking about it, and the moment that they get Megatron out of the water, I couldn't stop thinking of Mario Galaxy, like how he flies out of the flies to the next planet. If you watch it, how he flies out, it's honestly kind of funny.
I noticed something in that scene too. I noticed that the Decepticons have become increasingly more brutal since last time. Because this one, there was this little one that repairs Megatron, and he says they need parts, so he says, kill the little one. And they start tearing apart the smallest one of the other Decepticons, and you can hear him screaming. And I was like, wow.
Are you talking about the one that made...
messed up.
Are you talking about the one that held down Sam Witwicky and like saw his thoughts?
Yes. And that was Megatron that held down Witwicky.
Well, okay, I got a question about that too, because did it remind you of a little German, like a German guy? It had a German accent.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you heard it too. And why did the robot have glasses?
I have no clue.
You're seriously questioning that when they did the same thing in Rise of the Beast?
And they pointed it out in Rise of the Beast too.
Yeah, they don't answer that.
They also have an accent in Rise of the Beast.
Yes, and they still don't answer that.
Okay. All right, so I guess we can go to our notes then.
We are on our notes.
What?
We are still on the notes.
No, I'll go to my notes then. So wait, we already on the notes?
Yes, that's what this whole thing was. The notes.
Oh my God, this movie's messing me up right now. It's like I have an Allspark piece in my brain.
All right, one more thing I want to add. Did you notice that the Nest organization kind of reminds you of G.I. Joe?
Yes.
I can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
And when I first watched it, I was like, wait a second, this looks a lot similar to G.I. Joe, because like there's a bunch of people from different countries and how they're elite task force. So I was like, this is G.I. Joe.
And I think right after this movie, they made the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra movie. And then, spoiler alert, Donnie, I didn't, in the Rise of the Beast movie, they teased the ending with G.I. Joe coming in. So the next movie is going to come out is going to be G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover.
I hope so, because that movie didn't do as well as I think they thought it would.
Which one? They made 3 of them.
Rise of the Beast.
Oh, I thought you were talking about G.I. Joe.
Well, no, because Rise of the Beast they teased GI Joe at the end, so I'm wondering if the movie did well enough for them to make the movie.
I think it was the lowest grossing movie of the whole franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, when the moment they correct themselves is too late. The damage has been done.
Also, I have a question. Well, I guess that's why they made Transformers 1. It does seem a lot better. Also, I wanted to mention, why would Megatron follow the Fallen? Because the whole point of his character is that he does not like being led astray by other leaders. And we saw that in Transformers 1.
I don't know. Honestly, I was confused about the Fallen throughout the whole movie. I kept on going back and forth because at first when I heard the Fallen, I thought, oh, is that like a group of people, like a group of Decepticons that were evil that they killed and they're coming back to life or getting revenge for them? No.
It would have made
The
sense if
actual
that was
person-
Megatron, but actual Fallen, yeah.
An actual robot is named the Fallen. That sounds so stupid. And I don't know why.
I think that was just. I think you can tell like the writer's strike did affect this to some degree, but I think that was just for them so they could bring in the reason why they had to bring in the matrix of leadership.
Yeah, I did get excited when I heard about the Matrix. I'm like, oh, like in the movies. Oh, like in the movies. But this is not that movie. This is Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen.
Actually, they didn't actually pay homage to how the matrix of leadership works when Sam almost dies and he meets the primes.
Yeah, I got excited for that.
Yeah, and how they tell him that it's not an item that you find, it's something you earn by courage. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
I think, is it because you just saw Transformers 1 that you think of that?
That's, and also because that's how the matrix of leadership works in almost every other media that Transformers is shown in, where they show the matrix of leadership.
Yeah, and I honestly thought that was really cool though to see it. That was one thing I was happy to see in this movie. I'm like, oh, thank God it didn't mess up this one piece. Even though it doesn't look like the Matrix from the other movies, but this is live action. I could take that. Okay, sure.
Yeah. They've already established that they're trying to make things a little bit different from the original source material because they're trying to make it more realistic and alien. So I'm okay with that. I also found it really funny that they kept tasing Leo when they got into the museum, like how he tased himself, and then they tased him in the car when he was freaking out.
Yeah, it pissed me off too because I laughed once when he was trying to tase the cop and then he tased himself in the process. I thought that was funny, but then next thing you know, they do it again when he's starting to cry and freak out in the car, and I'm like, okay, please shut him up. Okay, tase him. I don't care anymore. I was gonna say this movie is really fast and easy. Like this movie seemed like it's like the audience at some points where they just say, this guy's so annoying, we need to shut him up and get him out of here. They do that twice in this movie with the college dorm friend and Skids and Mudflap.
Yeah. That's what me and Donny were saying. I think that's why these characters were added and why they act the way they do is because they're trying to get the audience interested, because of the fact that since the writer's strike and they don't have the same team working on it anymore, that they probably did that to keep the audience's attention and keep them interested, because well, they know it's bad, but they're trying to work with it.
Yeah. Also, I want to bring up, this movie has like 3 MacGuffins in it.
What are the MacGuffins?
Do you know what MacGuffins are?
Yes, something that is a goal for the characters, but not really something that's the whole point of the plot.
Okay, so
it's just something that helps them move along the plot, I guess. Am I hitting it? Am I hitting the nail on the head?
Yes, you are. So okay. A piece of the Allspark, the MacGuffin from the first movie, gets implanted to Sam, which makes him the MacGuffin for the rest of the movie because he has a map to the Matrix, which is also the last MacGuffin for the movie. There's 3 MacGuffins in this one movie.
Wait, the MacGuffin doesn't actually do anything. It's just set there as a sort of goal, but the cube does do something. It does kill Megatron.
It's still a thing that Arrow was trying to get through throughout the whole movie. It can do something later in the movie, but because the same thing can work for the Ark of the Covenant, where at the end of the movie they open it and it kills off all the villains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
what are the MacGuffins for here?
The Allspark, Sam, and the Matrix.
Wait, the Allspark isn't what they're looking for.
No, but that is I'm saying that was MacGuffin from the last movie. That's still part of this movie. That makes it part of this. That makes it happen in the rest of this movie. People were still looking for the shard, though. They were looking for the shard. Yeah, that counts.
But I thought it's more of the knowledge in the cube, so that makes the cube and Sam one and the same. Doesn't that count as one thing because the information's still in there? They're not interested in the cube, looking for the information.
They're using the MacGuffin with a MacGuffin. They're using 2 MacGuffins. It's a MacGuffin hybrid.
Okay, and what's the other one?
The Matrix. Sergio, I feel like I'm going on a loop right now.
Well, yeah, because you said there was 3 MacGuffins. One's Sam, the other one's the cube shard, and now you said, and then I asked
In
what
the
else, and
Matrix.
you said the Matrix. Yes, that's 3.
That's what I
wanted
said.
to
I said it was
clarify.
3.
Yes, and I wanted to clarify which ones were the MacGuffins.
Okay. Okay. Well, right after the toaster is coming alive, there will be no Allspark. We got that.
I think that's about all we can talk about.
No, I got a
really
lot
in-depth
more,
because
trust
there's
me.
not. Well, yes, I know, but it's mostly just rants.
No. So can the Allspark only make Decepticons when it falls?
That's what I asked.
When?
When they stopped and you just kept talking about the Decepticon, the little toaster penis for some reason, and I kept saying, and I asked why did it make all these robots so aggressive? They did that in the first one where all the machines that came to life came out really aggressive. And they did it again in this one where they made all the machines in the kitchen aggressive.
I don't know. I never figured it out either.
I think it's just to do with the fact that these are new life forms and they are very primal. They're kind of like animals where they're just going based off instinct, where they aren't really looking for anything specific. They don't have the same intelligence as the other Transformers, and they're just going around doing whatever they can.
Okay, I'll take
Like
it.
if you take chimpanzees or some kind of monkey and you put them out into a cage with a bunch of toys, they're just gonna go around throwing stuff.
Yeah, that's the easy way. We already know what they're gonna throw, but thanks for not saying the word. Let's see. Okay, what do you think of the scene where with the college professor in it? Like that whole scene.
The what?
The college professor played by Dwight from The Office.
Nothing. Why?
Really? You didn't think it was a little weird? Not even a little
It
bit?
is weird. It is weird.
It was,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of the whole point of his character. He's just an arrogant professor. That's it.
Like where all the kids want to have sex with him?
I mean, sure, but that's about it. There's nothing to do with anything else.
What about the scene where where Sam tried proving Einstein wrong?
I think that was just Sam getting flooded with information. He just needed to yap about it because his head was full. I don't think he was trying to make a particular point.
No.
Well, he was trying to make a point, but that's just a consequence of his brain literally getting flooded with ancient knowledge.
Well, I think it's funny how that back in the, a while ago, Shia LaBeouf actually rented out a theater to show off all his movies, and when this movie came up, he said he hated this movie the most.
I mean, it makes sense.
I could see it, yeah.
But I think it's one of the funniest ones though. It's like, imagine filming this on set. Like, okay, I'm gonna need you to flip through all these pages, look like you're about to have a spasm as you're reading them, and then stand up and say Einstein was wrong, and then write gibberish on a whiteboard as you're hyperventilating and freaking out, rolling your eyes in the background in front of a whole college lecture.
But that I honestly get it because in this scene he actually looks pretty mad, and why he's so like jumping around all over the place because it feels like he wants to get it over with, but it also looks like he's angry at it.
I'm sorry. I can't get over it.
Oh no.
Rapidly reach of the 14 galactic convergence took the Sentinel Prime expedition receiving
Wasn't Shia LaBeouf going through something during this movie?
Was he?
Because I remember like there's a bunch of controversy because he was doing drugs and he was going through like a depression. But I forgot if he was going through while he was making the Transformers movies or not.
I don't know. I think it was after or during, probably around the third movie, probably.
I noticed this with a lot of Shia LaBeouf's movies. When he is the main character, he does like a lot of over the top stuff. Except for when he was in the Indiana Jones, like the third movie, that he was pretty tame compared to his other roles, like in the Transformers.
Well, maybe Spielberg told him, you better not do that shit near me or I'll kick you out this goddamn set.
Didn't that happen before these Transformers movies, though?
Honestly, I don't know. But I think it's funny how there are two franchises that are popular in the 80s that come back now in 2000s era and kill off Shia LaBeouf's character. This and Indiana Jones.
Uh-huh.
You know how they kill him off in Transformers?
They don't really say it. They just say he's not there.
No, they say why.
What did they say?
They say it's because of radiation from the Transformers.
Where?
They said it in the fifth movie.
I saw the fifth movie, but I didn't hear them say that.
I remember it vividly. I tried finding the clip and putting it in an episode.
He never did.
I'm like, wow. So that one scene in the first movie when the government guys were scanning him, saying that there's a lot of radiation on him, that's how they killed him off. And I think that's honestly kind of really funny. And in Indiana Jones, they say he died in the war. I forgot which one. Just the war. What else? I didn't think I would see 3 separate occasions of separate scenes involving humping in this movie. 2 times with the dogs and 1 time with Wheelie humping Megan Fox's leg.
Okay, it's weird that you bring that up, but okay.
It's not that weird. It's weird they had it in the movie.
Yeah, it's weird, and still weird that you bring it up.
It's not that weird.
So then, but you just said it's weird.
I said it's weird how they had it in the movie. It's not that weird I bring it up because it's weird it's in the movie.
But then why are you bringing attention to it?
Because it was weird.
Okay, I just said that's weird.
No, you said what I'm saying is weird. I'm bringing it up. You're saying that the movie, that the scene is weird. You say it's weird. I'm bringing it up.
I did say the scene is weird.
No, wait. You did? Wait, hold on.
Yes, I just said I agree with you. It's weird, which is why I didn't want to bring it up because it's weird. It makes no sense.
Bring it up. If it's weird, bring it up.
Why?
Because it's weird and you can put focus on it.
Why would you want to focus on it?
Because it's content.
Okay, then there you go. There's your content.
Donnie, do you have any notes?
Nothing that we haven't already covered.
Okay, wait. I got some. Oh, did you guys catch the Bad Boys reference?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't think I did.
It was when Sam was like tweaking in his room and he saw the Bad Boys, that he was writing over the Bad Boys 2 poster.
I saw it as in the camera movement when they were in the desert and they were going, and it was going, and the camera angle went through the hole that he made in the wall.
Oh, that
and it
too.
went through yeah.
I forgot to bring that up. What else? There were separate occasions in the movie where they should have died and stayed dead. Like when the helicopter carried the car and they crashed at like 100 feet drop.
I've heard that everywhere and when people are talking about this movie.
Really? I don't watch video reviews, so I don't know.
But I don't know that's a lie because you always listen to reviews.
Not about old movie. Okay, not about Transformers.
I'm really starting to question you.
Don't question me. Just no, don't. Just don't. Did you guys really think that Optimus Prime was dead throughout the whole movie?
No. I believe he was like dead for the moment, but they're not gonna kill off Optimus Prime in the second movie of Transformers.
Do you think people when they saw the movie were thinking, oh, they really killed him off? This really is Revenge of the Fallen. This is the movie where the Fallen says, "Revenge is mine."
The Fallen really took revenge.
I laughed my ass off when I heard him say that. Like,
but I did think it was cool when they came back and he suited up to a Jetfire.
Wait, what?
When he suited up with Jetfire's parts and he was able to fly now.
Oh yeah, He can fly in almost every other movie though. Can he?
No.
In the fourth movie, he can fly.
That's because he owns a jet to himself. In the other movies, no, he can't fly. That's until he like gets Jetfire's parts and he actually makes a jetpack out of it.
Oh, what do you guys think of the return of John Turturro's character?
I liked it.
He was the Section what guy, right?
Yeah.
Section 7? Yeah.
Yeah, Section 7 guy.
I saw this sort of as like a redemption of his character.
I think it's my favorite part of the movie. Probably, yeah. My favorite character. Lone man by himself, all alone. He's like,
country betrayed him.
You can stop saying that. I'm right here with you. What else? What do you guys think of the Oh, we already talked about the Voltron, Decepticon. Matrix, Decepticon teleport. Got that. Skid him up flap. Optimus Ted forever. Oh my god! I think I got through all my notes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Not a lot to say about this movie.
There's not a whole lot to talk about this movie because of how shallow it is.
Yeah.
And you'll think a movie that's 2.5 hours long wouldn't be so shallow, but it really is. Like the last 40 minutes is just a big action sequence.
Yeah. Hollywood writers are really good at wasting time.
I think that's
I guess they weren't writers. They were all on strike this time, so I don't know who they got in the writing room.
Well, that's the thing. They're rushing to get this movie made by. So right when they heard about the writer strike happening, before it actually started, the writers say like, "Hey, we got a pitch for an idea for the movie," and they said, "Okay, good, you got the green light. Go ahead." So that's how it happened. What was that?
I said, yeah, I can see that.
All right. So let's go to our ratings then. Donnie, you go first.
I forgot what I gave the last one, but this movie's definitely lower than the first one. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give it a 1 for now.
Ooh! Oh! Wow, that's low. I did not expect that.
Because it's like,
you're defeated. You sound defeated.
The antics in this one weren't as funny as the antics in the last one, and like besides, okay, there was like a few good action scenes, but besides that, it was just meh. Not a lot happened in 2 hours and 30 minutes. It really felt like a waste of time. They should have just showed like the forest fight and then the last fight, and then that's it. Would have saved us a lot of time. That's all this movie really had going for it.
It'll be an hour-long movie.
Yeah, maybe we need an hour movie. Force the writers to actually like not waste our time with this one.
But it's for IMAX. We gotta give you more bang for your buck. We know you don't have that much money.
I feel like this one movie could have actually been split into 2 parts, and it would have been pretty more interesting to actually bring them to play around with the story.
Oh, hell no. Sergio, if you saw the first half of this movie, would you go see the second half?
Yes.
Really?
Optimus Prime is still dead.
But they can't do that. The kids are gonna watch the movie.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
And they already traumatized a whole generation with the first movie.
I'm saying they could have split this movie into 2 parts and made the first part about how the Autobots and the humans are still trying to live together because of all the damage they cause trying to hunt down the other Decepticons. And the second one and the second part, they could have made it so that they're trying to find the matrix of leadership.
But I'm guessing they're not going to do that again because back in the 80s, they had the Transformers movie come out and they killed off Optimus Prime in that movie. And people were
why are you talking about the 80s right now?
Because it's part of why they can't do that now.
No, I'm saying that they could have killed him off in the second part of the movie and actually made that the Revenge of the Fallen.
They can't kill
this one. They introduced a bunch of new characters and they had a clear story with a conflict between the humans and the Transformers living together on the same planet, and with the Decepticon threat, and then discussing this whole conflict of whether or not the Decepticons are still here or not. And that could have been its own movie entirely.
But I get that, but you're still saying that Optimus Prime is gonna die by the end of this movie. Are you not?
I said that no.
Wait, hold on.
I told you that it could have been about the conflict about Transformers living with humans in the first one. And the second one, that could have been Revenge of the Fallen where Optimus Prime dies.
Okay, so in the next movie, he dies.
In the next movie, he dies, but he comes back.
But you're saying that in your vision of a 2-part movie, in the second part of the movie, he's gonna die.
Well, yeah, because that's why they find the Matrix of Leadership to bring him back.
Oh, so you're saying that in the middle of the movie, he dies, but then comes back in that second part? Or you're saying that he dies in the credits roll, that the next movie in that franchise has him coming back to life? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just told you.
You're confusing me. Look.
Exactly, because you're not paying attention.
I'm paying attention to everything you're saying. Look.
Shut up.
No. Yo, you shut up. Listen. So, look. So let me get this straight. I'm gonna make it easier. Avengers.
Wait, Chance. Why are you trying to
visualize this.
What I'm saying.
I need to visualize this. So I'm using movies examples to make it easier. So Avengers Infinity War and then Endgame. So in those 2 movies, you saying that Iron Man will die at the end of Endgame. Is that what you're saying?
What?
I'm using examples to make it easier. Are you saying like there's 3 movies and you say that he dies in the second movie and comes back in the third movie? Is that what you're saying?
If they made it into 3 movies, that actually might be a pretty good idea because that would be the end of the franchise.
Oh my God. Okay, so please focus. We're trying to get this straight.
Well, yeah, but you keep comparing it. I just told you, man. Oh my God.
No, you're using.
Chance, stop talking. Let me explain it in a way you can understand.
In a way you can understand? What do you mean by that?
Because you keep getting confused. So I'm trying to find a way you can understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, indulge me, please.
I'm saying the second movie is too soon for a franchise that's trying to kick off to kill one of the most popular characters. So if they split it into two movies and instead have him like die but come back in the third movie, that might have been better.
Okay, so that's why you're right. So you said in the second movie he dies and comes back in the third movie.
No, I said in the third movie he dies.
You just said that.
I just said that he comes back in the third movie, but dies in the third movie too.
Wait, so you're reversing now. You said he comes back. Wait, he dies twice?
No, I just said he dies in the third movie, but comes back in the same movie. That's all I said.
Okay, you did not say that before.
I did.
So let me get this straight. You said that basically what happens in Revenge of the Fallen where he dies and comes back in the same movie in the third movie.
No, I'm saying that you should split Revenge.
Okay. Donny, help me out here. Do you understand this?
I'm following with what Sergio is saying. Like, split the movie in half.
Yeah.
You could kill Optimus Prime in the first half of the movie, or you could kill him in the third movie. What would be the third movie after splitting the second one in half?
Wait.
But I think Sergio's going with killing Optimus Prime in what would be the third movie, and then bringing him back in the same movie just to avoid like whatever like negative response there would be to his death, right?
I thought so too,
Yes.
But then you said that's not it.
Because you kept saying the second movie, which is technically the third, which is the same movie, just split up. You kept referencing.
I think he's just getting confused with how we're like numbering the movies.
Yes,
we're splitting the second one in half.
Yes,
but we're working within the framework now. Just ignore the rest of the movies. Working within the framework of we just have the first and then the second one split in half. So there's 3. The latter two being the second movie, but just split in half.
So you're saying there's only Revenge of the Fallen, then Dark of the Moon, and then Revenge of the Fallen split in half.
No, we're ignoring the moon. We're ignoring the moon entirely. We're just looking at we're just looking at the first movie and then Revenge of the Fallen split in half for now.
Okay.
Because he's trying to explain like a better way to pace this movie out.
Okay.
By splitting this movie in half first.
Okay, I think I get it. But just to make sure, say the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
So
no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I was a rep. that was from the Lego movie.
Yeah, we know. That's why we're trying to clarify. Do you want us to explain it again because you keep getting confused by it?
No, I get it now.
You know, we really should have other people come in like this because when I explain something and you don't get it, you need someone else to come in and explain the whole thing again.
No, you didn't fully explain it that well to understand it.
I just said that maybe they should have split this movie in two and have him die and come back in the third part.
But then that would make the second part of the second movie the third movie.
Yeah,
you see my confusion here.
Because it's split in two.
There's already a third movie called Dark of the Moon, and so I got confused.
Yeah, but this is a hypothetical. We're trying to figure out how this movie would be better paced.
I get the hypothetical now, but it's oh god.
If I was thinking of a hypothetical for this movie, why would I include the other franchise when we're already trying to redo this one?
Because we're having a hypothetical third. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm getting confused right now. I get it. I think I get it. I get it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Jeez. So what was your rating, Sergio?
You go first.
I gave it 2 stars out of 5 because even though I don't like a lot of this movie, I do still love the animation, like the visual effects for it and the sound design. And that's an extra star for me. And also, I think that's mainly it, actually. Hold on. You know what? I change it back. I'm making it 1 star. 1 star out of 5. It was just really good effects. That's mainly it. And I can't really sustain the whole movie. What about you, Sergio?
I gave it 3 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, I can definitely tell that I enjoyed this a lot more than you guys, and I do agree there are some bad parts in it that don't make sense and probably shouldn't be in the movie. But overall, I was entertained by a lot part of this movie, and it did retain my attention longer than I thought it would.
Did you like the part where the mom got high?
I did find that funny. Yeah, to me, it reminded me of when Marcus and Bad Boys got high.
Oh yeah, I can't remember that. That makes sense. One other thing I did like about this movie, I do like the part where Sam Witwicky started freaking out in the college dorm. He started saying, "Kin counter, kin counter, kin counter, kin counter, kin counter," every 5 seconds. I thought it was stupid. You know the song you just don't like. It just keeps repeating itself, repeats itself. Kin counter, kin out. I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to bring up before we call off the episode?
No, nothing comes to mind.
What about you, Donny?
Yeah, I think everything's been covered, unfortunately, because this is not a lot to say.
Yeah, this was hard to watch. I don't feel good after this.
Not for me. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna end it. All right, later, guys.
Have a good.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day.